Hello, spelling group number 1. This is your spelling lesson for Tuesday, September 1st. Today is September 1st, the first day of September. It's going to be a great month of September. Temperature is going to start going down, and isn't that going to feel so good? We're going to be able to go outside and do more things. I'm excited about September. Okay, so our spelling video, we will always start with a test. If you can please get a piece of lined paper. Don't forget to write your name and today's date. Today's date, you can write it like this. September is a 9. Okay, it's a ninth month of the year. So September is a 9 dash. Today is the 1st of September. And the year is 2020, but we write the two last numbers of 2020, which is the same number as the first two numbers. Next year, it'll be the last two numbers, which will be 21 next year. Did I say last year? Next year. Okay. So on your upper right-hand corner, write your name and then the date. Okay. On the top of your paper, I want you to write spelling and then write test. And then write number 4. Spelling test number 4 on top of your paper right here. And then you're going to number, I believe 1 through 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to give you 5 spelling words that I gave you on yesterday's, the new spelling words I gave you yesterday. Now, we have to be honest with ourselves and we have to not look at yesterday's spelling words. Put those aside, stick them in your folder, in your desk. Just put them out of the way, don't look at them, okay? It's a spelling test on your honor, okay? Spelling word number 1. The word is it. I have to use it in a sentence in order for you to know which one, because there's 2 it's. This one is, the sentence will be, let me think. When I refer to my dog's dish, I say, it's his dish. It's his dish, or I can say, it's your desk, it's your test. Okay, it's. It refers, it means it belongs to someone. Okay. The next one, the next number 2, spelling word number 2 is it's, as in a contraction of it is. So it's going to rain this winter. It's going to rain this winter. It's a contraction of 2 words combined into 1 word with a mark in between. Okay? I don't want to tell you too much because I'm giving you the answer if I do. Spelling word number 3, the word is thing. Thing. Learn the names of things so you don't say thing. Thing. Okay? When you're listening to the sound so you'll know which letter to write, make sure you look at my mouth so you can see very clearly what it is I'm saying. Number 4, the word is roll. Roll. We roll the dough out to make tortillas. Roll, flour tortillas. Roll. And the last one, number 5, is stone. Stone. He threw a stone into the river. Stone. Okay, those are your 5 spelling words. So make sure your name and date is on there. Write spelling test number 4, because you're going to have 5 spelling tests. For the last one, the one on Friday, that's going to be the real spelling test that I'm going to grade. The other ones, I still want you to turn them in because I want to see how you did during the week. If there's 4 people in this group, if all 4 of you missed the same word, then that way I'll know to add it back into the list of spelling words next week. So stick that in your folder, leave it there, don't look at it again. Now I want you to get a piece of lined paper and I want you to write spelling number 4 on top of the paper. Write your name and date. You don't have to write group number because I know who's in what group. That is just for purposes of the video, so you'll know that you're on the right video. Okay, so up here you're going to write your name and the date. 9/1/20. Okay, and I'm going to give you, let me see. I'm going to give you 7, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to give you, let me give you 4 words. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going to give you 4 words. So your first word is going to be foot. Foot, 1 syllable. Okay, it's 1 syllable and it has a multi-letter phonogram that you should know. It's oo, ah, o. Let me see, oo, ah, o. Oo, ah, o is a multi-letter phonogram in foot, 1 syllable. So you should have a number 1 and foot. Okay, and the multi-letter phonogram was oo, ah, o. So we're going to underline all multi-letter phonograms. This one has 3 sounds, oo, o. You need to know which one of these 3 sounds. So if you listen carefully, foot, oo, o. It's number 2, foot, oo, o. Foot can be abbreviated. Abbreviated means that you can write the small version. You can write 2 words with a period, so you don't have to write the whole word, such as in, we do that a lot in math. So when we measure how many feet tall is the building. So if you don't have to keep writing foot, 10 feet, 11 feet, 20 feet. We abbreviate it, and the abbreviation, leave a space here, is FT, period. So whenever you see a FT period, it refers to foot. And you will mostly see this in math. You won't see it you won't see it in literature or in history, or you might see it in science. But usually it's a certain kind of science, not all sciences, like chemistry maybe, you might see that. Actually, no, not chemistry, I'm sorry. Chemistry, you'll see a lot of measurement, liquid measurement abbreviations. Okay, your next word is dance. How many syllables is that? Do this with me. Dance, 1 syllable, dance. Okay, go ahead and try to write it before I write it. See if you get it right. You can check yourself when I write it. Okay, so number 2. One syllable, dance. Okay, so we look, there are no multi-letter phonograms, so we don't have to underline multi-letter phonograms. There is a vowel. The A is a vowel. We have to determine if A has 3 sounds. A, ah. We have to determine which one it is. Is it the first sound A, second sound A, or third sound ah? Da, ah, it's a first sound. Whenever we write a number 1, anything is a number 1 in spelling, we don't have to write the 1, we just know. When you were in beginner class, you learned the ladders. So that was part of the ladders, da. See, da, okay? Anytime we need to say the second or third sound, something else has to tell it to say the second or third sound, okay? Over here we have da, and then we have a letter here that says no sound. It's a silent E. Silent E's are underlined with 2 lines. Okay, when you write your lines, make sure you don't go all the way across into the C. It has to be only under the E. Let me do that again. Just under the E. 2 really nice lines, okay? Try to stay close to the E so you don't write it down here where your other word is going to be. Okay. Now, there are 5 rules for using the letter C, and they go in order. It's rule number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to teach you the first 3 today, and when we need to learn the next 2, I will teach you the next 2. But the 3 that I want you to know right now is the silent E rule number 1 we use when we want the vowel to say the second sound. In this case, it's saying the first sound, so we don't need this E to tell the A to say A, because it says A. Okay, rule number 2. English words do not end in U and V. So because they cannot end in U and V, we add a silent E. Do we have a U or a V? We don't. So it's not rule number 2. Rule number 3, we use a silent E whenever a word ends in a C or a G. In other words, these 2 letters, C, you don't have to write this. But this letter has 2 sounds, K, and this letter has 2 sounds, G and J. So if we look over here, and one of these ends in this, it says the second sound, it is the E that's telling it to say its second sound. So in this case, it's this one. Is it saying the second sound? Dance, cuts. It's saying the second sound. So we use this, C and G, take a 3. That's how we remember it. We remember it by making a little rhyme. C and G take a 3. So we put a little 3 because it's rule number 3. And then we make a little underline under the C to remind us that that is saying the second sound. Okay, dance. Okay, these are rules that you have to remember until you're all done with spelling in about 2 or 3 years. So remember them, because in 2 years, I will give you the word, and they're going to be big, long words, and I'm not going to give you the rules. You have to remember the rules, okay? So you have a whole year to remember the rules. Your next word is lift. How heavy can you lift? Lift. Lift. Number 3. Okay. Any multi-letter phonograms? I don't see any. There is one vowel, and this vowel has 2 sounds, I. Which one is it saying, the first or the second? Lift, the first one, but we don't have to write a 1, okay? There's no silent letters and there's no multi-letter phonograms, so we don't have to mark anything, okay? And the last word I'm going to give you is page. Make sure you read the correct page in your book. Page, 1 syllable, page. Okay, get in the habit of finding out how many syllables, because the rules are according to syllables. Okay, you can't apply all the rules to every syllable. Page. Page. Do we have any multi-letter phonograms? No. Do we have silent letters? Page. That one doesn't say anything. We double underline, and we have to find out which rule it is. Is it rule number 1, 2, or 3? Rule number 1, it tells the vowel to say its second sound. The vowel is back here. Is it saying its second sound? Page, a. Yep, it's saying its second sound. So when it's, instead of writing a 1, what we usually do is make a rainbow line to the A. The E, the silent E is there to tell the A to say A. So we have page. But watch, we have a G. Remember I said if you have a K or a G, we need a silent E. So there's two rules that we use here. Rule number one, and then which one was the rule to make the G say ja? Okay, rule number one tells the vowel to say the second sound. Rule number two, U and V and U take a 2. It's not a V and a U. C and G take a 3. That's the one. It tells the G to say ja. So you have rule number one and rule number 3. We always write the 1, which is this up here, but we don't have to write the 3. We apply the 1, okay? But you do underline the G. Underline the G because it's saying its second sound. Okay, so those are 4 words, okay? So I want you to write these 6 times each on the same paper that you wrote this on. Just go down, further down, and go across, write foot, 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 dance, 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 6 times, each one 6 times. You should be able to read these independently without someone's help. Foot, dance, lift, and page. If you keep learning how to read your spelling words, not just spell them, but read them, you will become a really good reader by the end of the year. Okay, so if any of you want to become a good reader, I saw that some of you guys wrote down on your goals for this year is to become a good reader. This is how you're going to become a good reader, learning your spelling words. Okay, now tomorrow's video, the first thing we're going to do is take a test. I'm going to test you on these 4 words. Okay, and then I'm going to give you 4 more new words tomorrow. Okay, so that's it for today's video. We'll see you tomorrow for spelling number 5. All right, bye-bye.